Hey everybody, Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular, is here to talk to you today about some shady tactics from coin dealers, social media sellers, all kinds of people out there that can help you to know these little tactics to stay away. You want to put yourself at a distance away from these tactics to try to protect your investment and to make you stack better, right? Make you collect better. Both coins and precious metals. There's going to be some for both of you collectors in here. I'm one of the, both kind of collectors. I collect coins and precious metals. But anyways, first things first, I made a video about this some years ago. These pieces right here, these little tiny pieces out in the hobby that you can find, they're great, right? These are little 10th ounce pieces of silver, and 10 of these equals 1 ounce. The problem you face generally when you buy these from people on social media, usually, right? Coin shops tend to be better, bullion shops tend to be better about the ideology behind these, but when you buy from these social media sellers, they get their hands on these, they tend to try to sell these things for like $7 each for a 10th ounce of silver. That's not great. And it's not great for you because let's say that silver is at exactly $30 an ounce for an easy mathing moment. If you end up buying 10 of these pieces right here at $7 each, right? That's 1 ounce of silver, and now you've paid $70 for just 1 ounce of silver. That's not great at all. But if you just go ahead and buy 1 ounce of silver for around 30 bucks, that's a whole big difference. You could have bought 2 ounces of silver for the price you paid for some of these. Now, a lot of people think that these are great, that in some kind of, future economic collapse situation, some kind of SHTF scenario, that could be very well true. But there's better options out there. Junk silver is still very, very cheap. Of course, it is 90% silver as opposed to this stuff being 999. It's not that big of a hang up, I assure you. That's a much better buy generally if you're getting that stuff for cheap as opposed to this stuff from certain sellers who try to really jack up the price. So don't be paying $7 an ounce for the, or I'm sorry, for $7 a 10th ounce for this stuff. You see oftentimes too, the little tiny gram bars, that's 1 gram. There's 31 grams in an ounce and you're paying, $4 or $5 for that. You're starting to talk a ridiculous price you're paying for silver at that point. You're really getting robbed and you're messing up your stack, in my personal opinion. You do what you want though, it's your money, but I would definitely stay away from that stuff. It's all over my floor right now, I just dumped it out. Anyways, next thing is stuff like this, finding common coins in holders. People see the holders and they think, oh shoot, well that stuff has to be worth a little bit more money, right? It's in holders. And a lot of times when you go into coin shops, you'll find silver eagles that somebody, they're basic silver eagles, like bullion silver eagles that somebody has gotten into NGC or PCGS holders. And I tell you though, right now, those are worth just bullion. Whatever a normal silver eagle price is, that's what those things are worth. You hear a lot of sellers try to do this to you, right? Oh, well, people paid $20 just for the slab. Well, that's their problem, right? That's not your problem anymore. Do you want to sell it or not? Because I guarantee the shop that bought those things, they did not consider it because it was in the slab either, right? They go, hey, that's just bullion, fella. I'm going to pay bullion prices for it. Sorry that you slabbed it. That's what they typically will do. So be careful with that stuff. Be careful about the buyer that tries to convince you that you need to pay extra because those common coins are in slabs. You don't, I promise. And, again, the silver eagles, people that are slabbing those, stop. Stop slabbing the basic silver eagles. So crazy to me. So absolute crazy. So stay away from that stuff. And if the seller tries to convince you that those are worth more because they're in a slab, that's their problem. I also see this. I see like 1942 or 1945 mercury dimes, right? And they're in decent condition, right? They might be AU or even BU. Those things were so stinking common, but some people put them into a slab. And although the price on one of those dimes is just a couple dollars, they try to say, hey, this is actually worth $25, let's say, because it's in the slab, because it was sent to a coin grading company. Don't fall for that stuff. At the end of the day, you have a mercury dime that's of decent condition inside of that. They are a dime a dozen. There's so many decent condition 1942s or 1945 mercury dimes out there. Don't fall for that stuff. Save your money and just don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. There's a story out there right now of somebody who bought this very, very expensive coin. And I believe it is actually a Morgan dollar. And the coin went for like 5 figures. Very, very expensive. Now the problem was, right, is that the coin was cleaned. So here's what happened, right? Somebody went to eBay and they bought a coin off of there that was a high-end, very, very rare coin, right? Rare date, rare mint coin. And they ended up taking that coin and busted it out, broke it out of the slab that it was in. So the grading service that graded it, they broke it out because it was graded as a details cleaned coin. Broke it out, sold it as a raw coin for 5 figures, but they only bought it for 4 figures, right? They really pumped up the price because it was a great looking coin. It had nice luster to it. However, there was a light cleaning that was done to it, and that's what the grading service noticed. And you have to be careful. When you see a really, really high-end, expensive coin, and let's say we're talking 4 figures or 5 figures on these coins, if that coin is that great of a coin, likely somebody is going to have to send that in to go get graded, right? Because they want a second opinion on it. They want a coin grading service to look at it because it could be a very, very expensive coin. It could be over what people think it's over, worth. So be careful if you see a super high-end coin out there that's not slabbed. This day and age, 2024, things get slabbed. Like I was talking earlier, little mercury dimes that are common, they get slabbed for like no reason. So you're telling me that a coin worth, I don't know, $10, $20, $30,000 is not slabbed, it's raw, and you don't want to go through the trouble of having it graded, having it protected. You'd rather just have it raw. Be very careful about that, right? It's your choice once you have that coin if you want to break it out and go put it into an album or whatever. But when you buy it from somebody that expensive, you might want to have that second opinion by a professional grading service this day and age, because people are trying all kinds of little science projects on their coins, little, dipping experiments, trying to tone them a little bit to try to get some more color and try to make, what could be an average coin into something spectacular by doing a little magic to it. So be very careful this day and age with that stuff. Also, although this is not quite it, and it's just my chance to show off one of my bars that I got, this is an enameled bar by an artist who took a lot of time to sit there and basically color in this coin, right? Silver bar, not a coin at all, silver bar. So this enameling process is a lot of work. However, what this is not is a colorized, or what I like to call a stickerized bar, which is getting more and more common right now. A lot of big companies are starting to get these machines that can easily put basically stickers on silver bars, silver rounds, other like little silver items, and make it kind of interesting. I've seen ones that have both front and back will have some kind of sticker design on there. And all that is, ladies and gentlemen, is a sticker. It's basically ink that has been just formed, over the bars, over the rounds, and you can literally burn that stuff off like that with like 3 seconds of a blowtorch. That stuff just peels right off. It's kind of nasty too, that stuff. And then you end up with a bar or a round that has nothing on it. See all this design that's on this right here? It would be just a completely blank piece after that stickerization is off of there. And the problem is people are putting a huge premium on this ink on silver. The premium needs to be on the metal only, right? The fact that you put a couple drops of ink or a sticker on the front and back of a bar is not right, right? And the fact that people are charging this crazy amount to have it done, can't agree with it. Stay away from that kind of stuff. In the resale market, those typically don't do very well. And like I said, it's not a long-lasting thing. It's basically ink on top of a piece of metal. Something that is strong and sturdy, a piece of metal, with something that is weak and nasty over top of it. Stay away from that kind of stuff. Now, I am partial, and I'm gonna say it right now, I'm partial to the enameling because it's a bit of an art form. It takes a long time to do. It's not just some quick sticker process. It is, in my opinion, a little different. Some of this stuff has a huge, huge premium. I'll show you one more piece just for fun since you guys stayed this long. Here's another piece that I had enameled, or actually it already came to me enameled. Wonderful, wonderful pieces. So these are out there, and different artists do different things on these. To me, in my opinion, these are different. You can see how the silver started, just basic silver, and somebody spent a lot of time trying to get that on there. So anyways, just stay away from those things. A lot of tactics out there from sellers trying to make a little extra money. A lot of people, you know, basically overnight becoming, you know, coin shops and sellers. And what they end up doing is they have to go buy this stuff from regular shops, and then they got to have these tactics in order to make money. So these are the tactics you need to be careful of. Just my warning. You guys do what you want. It's your money. But that's kind of things that have been, you know, that I've done, and it's been pretty good for me. It's been healthy to my stack, I'll say. And just to come back on these real quick, you know, I have a decent amount of this stuff, but I always find it for the right price. I never pay that $7 a piece for this. That'll end up breaking the bank eventually, I'm telling you right there. And then you're just going to feel bad no matter what the price of silver is. You're never going to come out on top. I got to go for now. Appreciate you for watching. Let me know in the comments if you have any advice for people of things that you've noticed out there, some shady tactics, or if you agree or disagree with any of the tactics I've put on this video. I'd appreciate you telling me. I got to go. Spegtacular is out.
Well, hello everybody. I seek to educate and entertain through my journey of collecting coins and stacking precious metals. I encourage you to subscribe and please stay with me on this journey. I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular.
You know, when I was a kid, we did this every day in school, and I believe we need to bring this back a little bit, and I'm going to start right now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.